What to expect in your first 30 days of sobriety. You've quit drinking, now what? Let's talk about the part that nobody prepares you for. So, in this video, this is what I'm going to cover: the emotional roller coaster of early sobriety, physical detox symptoms, the mental shifts that can happen in your first month, how to stay committed even when it feels hard, and why emotional sobriety is the real secret to staying alcohol free. So you need to know this, right? Early sobriety and 30 days is extremely early sobriety. Early sobriety is the first year. 30 days is like, you're a newborn. It is an emotional roller coaster. And the reason it's an emotional roller coaster is we have outsourced the management of our feelings and emotions to alcohol, right? We have just numbed ourselves to any uncomfortable, difficult, or negative feelings. So when you stop drinking, you don't have an anesthetic anymore, right? You're just going to feel things and they're going to come out from all over the place, right? It will all settle down, I promise you, but it just takes a little bit of time. So you can feel like you're an emotional roller coaster. Like one day you're fine, the next day you're crying and sad, and the next day you're euphoric, right? That is because you have spent probably years at this point not feeling your feelings and not dealing with your feelings in an appropriate and healthy way. So I just brace yourself. Now, I want to tell you one of the best ways you can support yourself through this is to have people to support you. This is where sober community or mentorship of some kind truly makes a big difference. To know that what you're going through is normal. Like sometimes, our thinking can go off in crazy places based on these extreme feelings, right? We need someone who can pull us back and go, you know what? Like what you're thinking isn't real. You're going to be fine. Like we just need that reassurance. So if you feel like you're going through that roller coaster, this is where you need sober community. There'll be links below for different things, different options that I have. Please check that out. But it will make all the difference. But also know it's going to go and it will settle down and you will not always feel like this. Now, it's really important if you are physically dependent on alcohol, which is really pretty much a daily drinker, that you seek appropriate medical help to stop drinking safely, okay? Some people need a medical detox. It's not a big deal, but it can actually be very dangerous to just stop drinking cold turkey for some people. So I really strongly advise you to speak to a healthcare professional because there's all kinds of physical symptoms, but the one that can be very dangerous is you could have a fit, right? And that's when you could bang your head or hurt yourself. Other symptoms that you can expect to feel is the shakes, nausea, dizziness, insomnia. It's all fun. Again, short term, very short term, it will go. But this is why telling somebody is helpful, because they can also observe you, right? You can have in the first few days lots of sweats. Your body's like sweating out alcohol. I mean, you can feel quite ill. It will pass, you will be okay. Lots and lots of fluid, sweet things, all of that kind of stuff. Make sure you maintain your blood sugar. That's really, really important. So maintaining your blood sugar, trying to get rest, all of that stuff is going to help. Having people help you is also going to be a major benefit. So there's all these mental shifts that are going to happen because really and truly, sobriety, all it is a shift in perception, right? You just see everything differently. That's all it is, a shift in perception. So you're going to get all of these like mental shifts, these kind of breakthroughs, these like aha moments that will, at the beginning in early sobriety, they can happen quite rapidly, to be honest. You can just be like all the time. Again, it will all settle down. But we are shifting our mindset from somebody who drinks alcohol and needs to drink alcohol and whose whole social life is built around alcohol to somebody who doesn't drink. Now, I'll give you an example of one mental shift that can happen. A lot of the feelings that we have when we go into sobriety is like, I'm going to miss out. I'm not going to have fun anymore, right? And you may observe or see, or maybe you even live with someone who drinks and gets drunk. And one of the mental shifts that you can have, that a lot of people have fairly early on, is, oh my God, did I look like that? Like, and they're so repetitive and boring, right? That's a shift in perception. That's all that is just seeing things differently. And it's going to be different for everybody, but you expect to see things differently. That's what's going to happen. You are going to see the world through different eyes. And again, it's a gradual process. It happens quite a lot in that first year, but almost quite intensely in the first 30 days. So, this is where journaling can actually help, because it can help you really process like what you're beginning to understand. This is what happens. It's expansion, right? Like what you know now and what you think you know now is not all there is to know. There is more. So that is going to happen in the next 30 days. You are going to learn a lot about yourself, about your relationship with alcohol, and about sobriety. So I just think journaling and writing this down will help you process and kind of help you understand what you're going through. How to stay committed even when it feels hard. I think you have to remember your why, like why you're doing this. And again, this is a good journaling exercise. Why do you need to do this? Not anybody else, you. What is your why? Because that's motivation. The other thing that I think is really helpful is a cost benefit analysis of your drinking. Is to have a very clear-eyed view of what your drinking really costs you. And I have that. I usually include that exercise. I have a whole kind of sheet that you can print out. That's usually, I include that in a lot of my programs. So you'll be able to see a link below for that. Cost benefit analysis is because we are deluding ourselves, right? We have been trained in our culture to believe that alcohol is all benefit and no cost, right? So we are trained to not see the costs, only the perceived benefits. So when you do a cost benefit analysis, and we're looking at money, time, energy, health, opportunities, relationships, family, how alcohol impacts those things, right? You're going to see, if you've watched this video so far, you're going to see that the cost is quite high. And then you ask yourself, am I getting a good return on my investment? Because, even sometimes we do have fun with alcohol or feel connection or whatever. Compared to the cost of that, the cost far outweighs the benefit. And that is going to really help you stay motivated in these first few weeks when everything feels like such a roller coaster and so rocky. So really finding out your why and why you need to be committed to this process. Now, there's lots of stages to sobriety, and hopefully this video has given you a little idea of the first 30 days. Beyond 30 days, and certainly beyond the first year, it's about emotional sobriety. Sobriety is 10% not drinking alcohol and 90% emotional sobriety. Emotional sobriety is really about learning a different way of being in the world, showing up differently, right? How you are navigating the world. You've been navigating life using alcohol as a crutch, right? Or alcohol's become your best friend. It's always there. It never lets you down. So when that's gone, who are you without that? How do you do life without it? How do you do social situations? How do you deal with stress and overwhelm and difficult people, right? These are all new skills to learn. That's what emotional sobriety really is. It's very, very skill based. So that is what you're going to be moving towards once you get past this very crucial 30 days. And this first 30 days, it can feel like a storm. It can feel like riding a roller coaster in the middle of a thunderstorm, but it will end. I want you to know that more than anything, you will get to a calmer, steadier place. And if I was going to wrap all of this up into one piece of advice, is don't do it alone. Like this 30 days can be really hard for people, right? They can get 3 or 4 days in and go back. You want to set yourself up for success. And the best way to do that is to have a community, a program, a mentorship that will increase your chance of being successful, because this is no way to live. This is no way to live. There is a better life waiting for you. It's just over there. It's just over there, and you can get it. Check the links below. Let me know what you think. Take care.